So in today's session, we are going to discuss about OOPS concepts. We're going to discuss about OOPS concepts. Okay. So basically, if you want to learn, okay, uh, any programming language, okay. So especially when you're learning on OOPS concepts, okay. So first of all, you guys have to know what exactly OOPS concepts is. Okay, we have to know what exactly OOPS concepts is. See, basically, OOPS. Okay, OOPS means object oriented programming language. Okay, object oriented programming language. What is what we are going to call as OOPS. So in this, we have class, object, okay, encapsulation, okay, polymorphism, okay, inheritance, inheritance. So after that, we have abstraction. We have abstraction. Okay, these are the main OOPS concepts we have. So in that, first of all, we have to understand what is class and what is object. By taking of these two, we can learn these concepts. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what is class. See, normally the definition of class is a grouping of similar type similar type of data objects. Class is a similar type of data objects. That is what we are going to call as class. Let's take an example. I am considering person. Person is a class. What are the objects of this person class? Money. Money is one object that belongs to person. Raju. Okay. Sita. Right. Ramu. Right. Govind. So these are all we are going to call as objects. These objects we are going to define in a class called person. Not only that, we have one more class called vehicle class. Okay, maybe spelling mistake. Yeah, vehicle class. In this vehicle class, we have car, jeep, bus, okay, lorry, right, van. These are all comes under objects for what? Vehicle class. We have one more thing, that is animal. Animal is a class that contains dog, cat, rat, okay, elephant, okay, lion, right, tiger. So these are all comes under animal objects. Okay, so person is a class that is having a group of similar type of data objects. Okay, money, Raju, and all the things. Okay, and now, so I have a question. What is object? Object is anything. Object is anything that physically physically exist in the reality. Physically exists in the reality. Let's take an example. Money. That means money is an object. So you guys can able to see me because I'm physically exist. Right? Car, that is physically exists, right? We can able to see whatever we can able to see with your eyes. Those are all we are going to call as physically exist, right? Those things we are going to call as an object. Okay, like laptop, pen, pencil, right? Chair, okay, whatever you want. Okay, we can consider that. Those things are what we can call it as what we can say object. So mainly we can define object in two ways. One will be properties and another will be methods. One will be properties and another will be methods. So we can consider properties. So properties as like say like we can consider as a money as an object. Okay. So the properties of money is having a name, he is having some age, he is having some height, he is having some weight, okay, he is having some color, okay, he is having some designation, right? So, right, these are all comes under properties, okay, name, age, height, weight, color, designation, so and so on, okay. Whereas comes to the methods, okay, if I'm talking about a person, okay, methods is money, walking, running, jumping, okay, eating, sleeping, right? These are all we are going to call as methods. That means whatever the actions money can do, those actions we are going to call as methods. What are the properties he's having, like name, age, height, weight, color, designation, and all the things, we can call it as what? Properties. We can call it as what? Properties. Now, how I'm going to define this class as in program? So if you talk about especially a dot program, you can define a class in dot program as we can define like this, like C class. Define your class name. I am defining the class name as what? Person. So in this person class, okay, you can define the properties, like I can define string name. Okay. After that, I can define int age, right? Like this. So name is a property, age is a property. Those two properties is belongs to person class. Okay. Now, I want to define a method inside the class, that is void display data. That is what I'm going to take a method, right? So if you see any kind of like this, like void, it defined like this, it is having some open parenthesis and close one. So this is like it's a block of code. So we can call it as what? Method, or we can call it as function. Okay. So this is, we can call it as method, and this is, we can call it as what? Properties. Okay. So methods also we can call it, or we can call it as behavior also. But technically we can call this one as what? Methods. Okay, if you see anything like this, okay, the void method, like the name of that, and you can have open sense like this. We can call this one as what? Method. Okay. So I want to write like this. So I want to print the message like this. Print. So I can say, hello, hello, my name is, my name is, you can define the name like just simple dollar name. And my age is, and you can define that age over here. So like this, you can able to display the message kind of thing. Okay. This how we can present the class in dot programming. So anyone having any queries here? Okay. So now, now what I'm trying to do here is I want to demonstrate the same thing in VS Code. Okay, VS Code. So Visual Studio Code, let's go to there. Okay. Now you can see already three things are there, right? Now let's create a new file. So this thing I'm going to define the name as a person dot. Now this time I'm defining what? Class. Okay, class. Here I'm taking a class name called person, like this. Okay, person, class, person, like this. So here I'm defining what? Two variables, right? One is string name and one more is int age. Okay, let me give the value as 0, and here you can define as what? Empty string, like this. See, for if you define any value as a string, okay, the default value will be empty. The default value will be empty. And for integer, the default value will be 0. The default value will be 0. Now, so now what I should do, I want to define one method, right? That is void display data. Void display data. And here I'm using print, and here I'm using like this. That is, hello, my name is, my name is, and you can define the name over here. And my age is, you can define the age over here like this. Okay, right? Like this. And we have one, see, you don't, if you define a class here, right? You have to run the application, no? You have to execute this class. How? How you can execute this class? So in dot programming, when you are going to execute any program, must and should, you have to define what? Void main function. So main is a function where you can able to execute your program. Okay. But when I'm executing this main function, parallelly, I want to execute this class also, right? That means I wrote the entire logic in this class itself. I wrote the entire logic in this class itself. I want to execute this method inside the class, right? How? How I'm going to execute this method in my main? Remember, I need to execute this method, but this method is available in where? Class. But I want to execute this method from where? Main. Because there is no way where I'm going to execute this method from class. We don't have option, right? We have a must and should, we have to execute from main method only. But here my question is how I'm going to define this person class in my main. So for that, you have to create an object for this person class. How to create an object? So let's take an example. We have to create an object for your class. Create an object for your class. So how to create an object for your class? It's kind of very simple. That is person P equal to, you can call it as person, right? And so I want to execute this method, right? How I'm going to execute P dot, you can define like this, that is name equal to, you can define the name like this. I can define the name as money, and P dot age equal to 35 like this. But now see, I want to execute the method like this, P dot display data. Now see, now if I run the application, whether I can able to execute this statement or not. Whether I'm going to execute this statement or not. Now run the application and see the output. What is it? You can see the output, right? Hello, my name is Money and my age is 35, right? 100% is executing successfully. 100% executing successfully. And we have to write this method in different way. This logic in a different way. How to do that? Very simple. Whatever the class you created, no, for this class, you create a constructor also. You create a constructor also. How to create the constructor? So constructor we can create with the help of class name itself, like this constructor, and you can pass this dot name, this dot age. Okay, this dot name and this dot age, right? Like this, you have to create the constructor. Make sure that if I'm creating a constructor, make sure that the constructor name and the class name must be same. If you define class name and this name must be same, then you can call this one as what? Constructor. Then if I'm going to write like this, now it is asking you what? Here it is asking you to pass the name and that one, right? Now I'm passing the name as Money. Now I'm passing the age as what? 35. In that case, these two is not required. Now if you run the application, and you can see the same output over here. See? Same output over here. That means with the help of constructor also, we can able to pass your input here. Right? Like this. So anyone having any queries here?
Hello.
Yeah.
And like, can you explain me like one more time this constructor
Yeah.
part and what is the advantage?
See, if you want to pass any kind of input with the help of class name, okay, you have to create the constructor for that, and you can pass that value in here like this. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose, but make sure that if you are creating a constructor, make sure
Mm.
that the class name and this name of the constructor must be same. Then only you can call it as constructor. Let's take an
Okay.
example. I create the class name as person, but I
Mm.
create the constructor name as data. It is not
Okay.
going to accept
It
here.
won't
See?
work. Okay.
Okay, make sure that whatever the name of the class, whatever the constructor you are creating, both
Mm.
will be same, and it is accepting only the variables what we have inside the class. And one more
Okay.
thing, if I'm trying to add one more parameter like this dot something kind of like
Blood group. Okay.
height
Okay.
something, right? It is not
Mm.
accepted. Why? Because we didn't define the variable, right? Like that.
Mm.
So make sure that whatever the properties you define, those only it is going to accept you. See,
Okay.
two ways. If you define, you can do like this also, and you can do like this also. P dot what name
Name.
equal
Okay.
to, see,
Separately we took this.
you can define both ways, but based on that, you can majority of the things we can go like this only by using
Okay.
constructor only.
Okay.
Okay, and see, this is P is nothing but object, right? I can define instead of P, I can define name as money. Here, money. You can define like this also.
Okay.
Okay. So like that, you can create n number of objects like person money equal to person money and 35, right? Like
Mhm.
a person Amar equal to person of Amar and so on, your age. Person
Okay.
Shamala equal to person lambda, so on each. Like that, you can define n number of objects.
Okay.
Okay. So like this, we can define what class and what object. Okay. Now,
Okay.
now let's go back to the OOPS concepts. Okay. The first one is what? Encapsulation, right? So encapsulation is nothing but what? Encapsulation is a packing of data into a single component. Okay. So encapsulation is the bundling of data. The data may be properties and methods, variables and functions that operate on the data into a single unit. That operates on the data into a single unit. Typically, we are going to call that one as what? Class. It restricts direct access to some of the object components. Okay. So I'll give you a simple example so that you can get clarity on that part. So what I'm going to trying to do here is let's create one more file. This time I'm going to create a class name called car dot dot. Okay. Now I'm creating a class called car. I'm creating a class called car. Okay. So we have a car having two variables. One is the brand, and another one is speed. Another one is what? Speed. Okay, like this. I can say zero of this. I can say empty of this. Right? Like this. So we can define the constructor for this car. This dot speed, sorry, this dot brand and this dot speed. Okay, like this. Now, so if you want to work with encapsulation, again, I'm telling you, if you want to work with encapsulation, you have to define setters and getters for that class. I mean, for that variables. How to define that? Very simple. Right click here. You will have a method called generate something like this. You have to install this one. You go and install the getter and setter generator. Okay. Just you go and install that. Well, let's go back to here, go to the card dot and right click here. And there is you have an option to generate, we can generate that. Okay, can go file. Okay. Normally, I preferable to go with the what Android Studio, but I'm trying like this one second. There is an option to generate, we can generate that getters and setters also. Okay. Right click here. Let me open in Google itself. Actually, just check that. How to generate setters and getters in VS Code. Perfect. Okay. Getters and setters. Okay, once again. Command palette. Yeah, getters and setters. You can see automatically the getters and setters is going to generate here like this, but it is not the proper way. Fine, no problem, no issues, guys. So I'll check on this part, but let me delete this thing. Okay, so you can use like this. So you can do like this also. Like I want to generate get for this getters, like use int get get. I can use underscore speed. You can define like this. We can define like this. So this way where you can able to use the getter, guys. So the same thing we can use the setter also. That is set. You can define what you can define underscore speed. Okay, you can pass the value here int value, that speed value you can define here, and you can define uh, simple speed equal to value. Speed equal to value. We can define like this, setters and getters. And okay, now you can use one normal method. I'm using void display car info. Display car info. Same thing. I can use print. So my car brand is, you can define what brand here, and my car speed is, you can define speed. Like this, you can define this. And how I'm going to define these things in my main method, right? So you can use here same void main like this, and you can define car equal to car of brand. I'm using a brand called what we can say Suzuki. Okay, you can call it as Maruti, Maruti Suzuki. Okay, and my speed will be around 100. Speed will be 100. That is what I'm following. Okay, and you can use simple car dot display car info. That means whatever the data, whatever the data you are providing, those data you are protecting with the help of setters and getters, right? Now, if you run the application, now you can see my car brand is Maruti Suzuki and car speed is 100, right? That means you are protecting your data in terms of what? Setters and getters kind of, right? So here, so I added in previous example, when you see a person, so here I didn't use any setters and getters over here. Okay, directly I define those things in where here. But whereas comes to here, like we can say card dot dot, we can define setters and getters. So we can able to assign the values here like this. I can say car dot speed equal to, I can define 150. Okay, and car dot display car info. Now if you run the application, now you can see the output called, see, 150 is displaying. Okay, Maruti Suzuki is displaying, right? So we can able to protect the data by using setters and getters. Okay, so this is the way where we are going to write like that. Now, so there is one more important concept. There is one more important concept called inheritance. So inheritance means inheriting the properties from base class to child class. That means you have two classes. You have two classes. One is what we can say class. One is class A, or we can call it as, we can take an example, class animal. Okay. So in this class, I'm having one method. I'm defining one method. The method name is void eat or eating. You can call it as void eating, like this. So I can say, what is it? Print. What is it? Animal is eating. Animal is eating kind of thing. Okay. Now I am now I am creating one more class. So this time I'm creating a class name called dog. And so dog is also eat, right? Dog is also performing the eating action, right? I want to call this method into this class. Okay, how? Simple. You can use what keyword? Extends keyword. If you use extends keyword, you no need to define again animal method, eat method in the class dog. When you define, okay, if you define one class, in that class, if you define any kind of method or variable, if you want to use those variable and method into this class, you no need to define like this. Simple, you can write extends keyword. When you write extends and followed with this class name, automatically whatever the method, whatever the variables you declared, automatically you can able to reuse those things in here class dog. Those things you can able to use in class dog. So like that, it is going to be performed. And so for particular dog, I want to create one separate method, that is void bark. So dog can bark, right? Okay, like this. And I can say print. I can say print and dog is barking. Dog is barking like this. Okay. So like this, you can able to do perform. So let's take an example. I can define class, we can say person. So in this person, you can write, we can, for person, there is some common variables, right? Like name, so there are common variables, right? So like, I'm defining some methods over here. Those methods also, if you define class money, automatically those things is going to override to the class person. Like that also you can able to perform. Now see, now I'm executing this, now I'm performing this example in the VS Code. There you can able to see the output also. Now I can see, let's here, I can call it as a name called animal. Okay, let's take example class animal. So in the class animal, I want to define one method, that is void eating. Void eating like this. Okay, now I can execute something called print. I can say animal is eating food. Okay, like this. Now what I'm trying to do here is, I want to create one child class. The child class name is what? Dog. For this dog class, I need this method. I need this method. Okay. I need this method. Okay. I need that method. How I'm going to get the method? Very simple. We can use a keyword called extends keyword and followed by the class name. Now, if you define this class extends animal, okay, now you can see, now you can define a different method over here. Like I can call it as void bark, like void bark like this. So here I can use print. I can use, what is it? Dog is barking. Dog is barking, right? So now I want to define a main method, void main like this. So this time I don't want to create the object for animal. Directly I create the object for dog itself directly. Dog equal to dog equal to dog. Okay. Now I can use dog dot. Now you can see you can use this method, right? What is that? Dog dot eating. You can execute that. The same way, dog dot bark. Barking a bark pitama bark. Yeah, bark. So these two methods you can able to execute. Then whether you can see void main only, right? That's no. Okay. Template. 1 second number. Let me close the window and again open the window. So 1 second number. 1 second. 1 second. It is not dot fed. Sorry. Just rename this thing into animal dot. Now you can see ma. So I wrote entire logics over here. Okay. So now we run the application. Now you can see the output here. See, animal is eating food, dog is barking. Right? That means by using like this also you can able to define. Okay. Not on, just I'm giving some examples, Amma. You can try by your own. So you can take an example like, class father. Father having some properties, right? Like land, okay, bike is father property, land is father property, house is father property. When I can define one class called child. When I'm extends the class called father, automatically what are the father properties have, right? That the car is there, bike is there, land is there, house is there. All these four the child can able to access, right? That also you can do it. You guys can try with that. And so there are some separate methods where you can define only for child. There after that you can execute those things. That way you can able to try with that, guys. Okay, like that. So any queries here, guys?
No, actually.
Okay, but guys, see, honestly speaking, this is purely programming. Okay, you need to practice, guys. See,
Okay.
uh, listening by listening my class, You can get to know everything is easy. Okay, but you have to practice. Then only you can understand the pain of that.
Yeah, can you share the like codes after the class? And one more thing, like if possible, above all these loops, can you comment it?
Loops means I didn't understand this one.
Like above this class dog extends animal,
Okay.
like which thing we are
Uh,
trying, like inheritance,
uh,
polymorphism.
okay. So see, the thing is like, this classes code I can't able to share. You can
Okay,
follow the my recording itself. But when we start Flutter, no, at that time I can able to do all the things in the GitHub itself.
okay,
Today when you're discussing one program, right, in Flutter,
mm,
those
mm,
class is going to upload in the GitHub. In the
okay,
same way, class recording also. But that you can follow my recordings itself. Okay, no problem.
okay,
So see, I can define this class, right? I can define the class as
mhm,
what? Child.
yeah,
Child class, dog, overriding,
extends. Mm,
overriding or extends, what we can say, overriding the what method? Eating method, right? Like that.
mm,
Okay. Like this, you can able to check around the thought.
oh,
So, and we can say this class has what class? Parent class.
parent.
Parent class.
And this is for inheritance, right?
Yeah, inheritance, yes, exactly.
Okay, inheritance means like just we are like
In yeah,
using the parent
parent class,
class.
exactly. Okay. So like this, we can able to check around the part kind of thing. Okay. So
Okay,
now the next concept is polymorphism. So polymorphisms allows objects of different classes to be treated as an object. Like we can call it a C. We can I created one class called animal. In that class, I can define in that class I can define one method as sound method. Sound. So if I'm defining a class, let's take an example for your understanding. For polymorphism, how it will works, right? I can say mm, I can call it as like animal demo dot dot. Okay. Now you can see here I'm defining a parent class first. Parent class. So what is this? So you're defining here, I'm defining what class as animal. Okay. Class as animal. So in this class, I'm defining one method called sound. I'm defining one method called what? Sound method. There I can able to use print. So I'm defining what animal making some sound, making some sound. But every animal making sound as common, right? Like dog is an animal, right? Dog, dog sound is different. Cat sound is different. Rat sound is different. Elephant sound is different, right? So I want to define like that. So what further what I should do? I want to define one child class. I want to define child class dog. In this class dog, I am overriding. I am overriding the sound method. I'm overriding the sound method. How simple? Class dog extends animal. So if I'm doing like this, if I do like this, automatically you can able to override this method into this class. How? Like this. See, I'm using sound method like this. See here, sound. So sound is a method. You can see here, right? Override. That means if I'm doing like this, that means what? When I'm extending this class as animal, from this class, whatever the methods you have, no, you can able to extend, we can able to override all the methods here. You can able to override all the methods over here. And now I'm removing this thing. And now I'm printing. I'm printing a message here. Okay, I'm printing a message here. So now, so dog, right? So how the dog will sound? So I can say dog is sounding like, just I'm giving example, okay? Sounding like bow bow. What is that? Bow bow. And in the same way, I'm going to create one more class called cat. This also extends animal. Okay. Here also, I'm going to override a method called sound method. So here also, I can write one more method, print method. Here, this time I can say cat is sounding like meow meow, sounding like meow meow. Okay, like this. Now, I want to define a main method, void main. Okay, void main. So here I want to define the object for the class animal. You can call it as animal here like this. Okay, animal dot we can call it as okay. In the animal, we can use like this. Animal equal to, we can use like this dog. Okay, so I can say like this. So you can use animal dog sound. Okay, in the same way, I'm calling one more method. Here I'm using, or you can use like this. 1 second. You can use like this also. Animal equal to dog, you can define. Okay, animal equal to cat, you can define directly. And finally, you can say, you can call it as, you can define like this, animal dot sound. Okay, and you can use animal dot sound. Now you see, if I execute, I see, you understand, right? I create one class, that class I'm initializing with dog class, and I executing sound. Again, I create one more class, I'm initializing one more class with cat, and I'm executing this thing. See, this output will be what? This output will be what, ma? What is the output? Bow bow, right? Bow bow. And what this output will be? Meow meow. Right? Now I can execute this thing. I can see the output. See here, dog is sounding like bow bow, cat is sounding like meow meow. That means when you have to override those things also. That is what we are going to call as polymorphism. Okay. So poly means many form of lines. Okay. So we can able to override the same class method into different classes, and you can able to execute so different methods kind of thing. Like that also you can define all the things. Okay, 1 second. Right away, I'm going to share those files. Dot programming. Yeah. Let me share all these files. 1 second. After the class, I will share all the things to you. Okay. Fine. No problem. Yeah. So this is about what? These things, guys. So anyone having any queries as of now? Guys, anyone having any queries in this polymorphism kind of thing?
No, we'll
Okay.
practice today.
Yeah. And the last concept is abstraction. Okay. So basically what exactly abstraction is, right? So I can define the class name as a shape kind of thing. Oh, sorry. Shape dot. Okay. So what is abstraction means? So I'll give a simple example, guys. Okay. I am teaching the class for you, right? If I'm teaching a class, a session, I'm taking a section for you guys. What you want to know about myself? That means how much knowledge I'm having, how much experience I'm having, and daily classes is going on time or not. That is the only thing you guys are expected from my side, right? You don't need what is my family background. You don't need how much salary I'm getting. You don't need which company I'm working. You don't need where I'm from, right? That is the you don't require that information from my side, right? Okay. So the same way abstraction allows you to hide implementation details, okay, and show only necessary features of an object. Okay, how to do that? How to do that? So if you define any if you define one class as an abstract, so you can use a keyword called abstract keyword. Okay, I'm defining a class here, abstract class, that is shape. Okay, that is shape. So here in this abstract class, okay, I'm defining one method, that is void draw. That's it. That's it. I don't want to write any kind of implementation here. I don't want to write any kind of implementation here. Okay. If I'm going to write this kind of implementation, it is not going to be abstract class. Abstract class allows both, but make sure that whatever the method you are defining, that method doesn't have any kind of body implementation. Just method declaration is enough here. Okay. Now I am defining one class. The class is circle. Okay. This class is going to extend what? Shape. This class extends what? Shape here like this. When I'm going to extend shape, automatically you are getting some error here, right? Why? Because when you are when you are defining a class as abstract, okay, when you define a class as abstract, that class is extended to any other class. Make sure that in that class, whatever the methods, whatever the variables you define, that must be override. That must be override. So what I should do is simple. Click on the bulb here, okay, and you can see creating one missing override. No, just click on that. Automatically, you can able to override that method. Override here, you can write the thing. That is what drawing a circle shape, right? Like this. And in the same way, I'm creating one more class called rectangle, and this is also going to extend a class called shape class. And here you need to override that draw method. Let's click on that bulb symbol and create this, right? And here also you can define what? Print. Okay, print drawing rectangle shape like this we can define. And finally you need to override that, right? How to override? You can main method, simple, void main, like this. You can define shape, and you can define shape here. Okay, now you can use same thing, guys. You can use shape equal to, what is that for? Is a class circle class, and shape dot draw, shape dot draw method, and here also shape equals to rectangle and shape dot draw. Now, if you execute these methods, you can see the output as what? Drawing circle shape, drawing rectangle shape. So that means in that class, see, in animal demo, in normal class, you define the implementation here. But whereas comes to abstract class, you no need to define the implementation. You have to, wherever you want to implement, those things only you can able to override. That means in unwanted places, we don't require, no. That is what we are going to call as abstraction, right? Like this. So these about the concept of what, guys? Oops concepts, guys. Okay. And tomorrow we don't have any class, guys. So Monday we are going to meet, and in the Monday class we are going to discuss about exception handling, guys. Okay, exception handling concept is very important again. So those only one concept we are going to discuss on Monday. Okay, so if time permits, we'll go with some other concept. We have another concept called list and map. Again, we have discussed one more concept. Already we discussed set and map, right? Okay, we can discuss list concept also. Then we can discuss over there, guys. Okay, like that. Yeah, tell me, Shamla Garu, what is your doubt? Yeah, what is your doubt?
In that installation, still I am having some problems with that.
Okay,
With this, I'm not able to do.
let me do one thing. I'm giving a host access to you. You can share your screen. Okay, 1 second. Let me stop recording. 1 second. 1 second.